Some people think NASA spends their time covering up the shape of the Earth. But the truth is, NASA and every other space agency on the planet couldn't care less about flat Earth. Let's explore this. Let's start with NASA. They're currently working on the Artemis program, which aims to land people on the moon again.
NASA's Artemis 2 is the first crewed lunar mission in over 50 years. 4 astronauts will venture around the moon, preparing humanity for a long-term lunar presence for scientific discovery and exploration. The 10-day test flight will demonstrate a range of deep space exploration capabilities with crew. The mission will prove the Orion spacecraft is ready to keep astronauts alive in deep space and allow the crew and ground teams to practice operations essential to the success of future missions.
And this isn't just a repeat of Apollo. This time they're building the foundation for a permanent lunar presence. Why? Because the moon is a stepping stone to Mars. On top of that, NASA's got the James Webb Space Telescope, which has already rewritten what we know about the universe.
Every image is a new discovery, and each will give humanity a view of the universe that we've never seen before.
This image, as we're looking at it, what we're seeing is not just all the galaxies, but there's a cluster here. And, it's really, there's so much detail here. We're seeing these galaxies in a way that we've never been able to see before.
They've got the Perseverance rover on Mars, hunting for signs of ancient life.
Let's take a tour of this area and see where we'll send the rover next. Perseverance is exploring Jezero Crater, where an ancient lake and river system once existed. If microbes ever lived here, signs of them could be preserved in these rocks.
And its helicopter buddy, Ingenuity, which is the first aircraft to fly on another planet.
But after Perseverance nailed the landing, it was time for Ingenuity's moment in the spotlight. The helicopter travelled to Mars tucked under the belly of the rover, which is about the size of a compact car. Ingenuity might be a featherweight compared to Papa Percy, but it's also a seriously impressive piece of machinery. It's completely autonomous and self-charging, with 2 pairs of 4-foot-wide rotor blades that counter-rotate to lift off in the Martian atmosphere. And thanks to cameras on board the helicopter and on the Perseverance rover, we got an amazing view.
If you're juggling missions like that, do you think you have time to argue YouTube comments that say, "But what if finds its level?" And it's not just NASA. The European Space Agency is working on missions to Jupiter's icy moons with the JUICE spacecraft. Japan's JAXA successfully landed on an asteroid, scooped up material, and actually brought it to Earth. And these samples help us understand our solar system. Meanwhile, India's ISRO pulled off the first ever landing on the moon's south pole with Chandrayaan 3. That's a huge achievement, one that could unlock vital resources like water ice, which is frozen water found primarily in the extremely cold, permanently shadowed regions of the lunar poles, where sunlight never reaches. And China's CNSA is building its own space station and preparing for crewed missions to the moon as well. Flat Earth? Nowhere on the agenda. The round Earth isn't a belief. It's the foundation of modern technology. GPS satellites orbit Earth precisely because it's a sphere. Weather satellites track storms across curved horizons. Every time you use Google Maps or check a hurricane forecast, you're benefiting from physics that only works on a globe. If the Earth were flat, none of that would function. And yet your phone works and your weather app updates every morning. Reality beats conspiracy theories every time. NASA isn't silent on flat Earth because they're hiding something. They don't bother talking about it because it's not worth their time. Think about it. If you're an engineer trying to design a rocket engine that can survive the heat of re-entry, or a scientist programming a rover to autonomously navigate the Martian surface, are you really going to stop and argue with someone on Facebook who says Antarctica is an ice wall? That's like asking a brain surgeon to debate whether headaches come from the headache monster. It's just not the same level of conversation. The truth is, space agencies have their eyes on bigger things. Protecting Earth from large asteroids, finding out if we're alone in the universe, and developing technologies that takes humans deeper into space than ever before. Flat Earth is a distraction from the incredible real science that is happening every single day. While conspiracy theorists argue in circles, humanity is reaching for the stars. So no, NASA doesn't care about flat Earth. Why should they? They're too busy making history. Don't forget to like the video, comment, share, and subscribe to Star Stuff, where we explore the universe for what it really is. Cool beans.